For the transcriptionist, will you please state and spell your name?
John Bloomer, B-L-O-O-M-E-R.
Okay, and now can you give us maybe 1 to 2 sentence introduction to the audience? Give us your name and very briefly tell us what you do.
Hi, I'm John Bloomer. I'm Enron Communications Vice President of Product.
I'm sorry, we're not saying Enron Communications, we're saying Enron.
Enron. Oh, whoops. Okay. Good. Cut.
Pops too.
Yeah, we're not using POPs, we're using distribution interconnects.
Distribution interconnects. Thank you very much. Anything else?
No, those two.
Okay.
Just Enron as opposed to Enron Communications.
Got it. Okay. Anytime?
Anytime.
I'm John Bloomer. I'm Enron's Vice President of Product Development. I'm the guy responsible for turning business concepts into revenue-bearing streams.
Love it. Love it. Tell me about your educational background.
I've had an opportunity to visit most of the universities here in the United States, ranging from engineering undergraduate degrees, master's degrees in beautiful Florida, and PhD studies at RPI.
And tell me about your career history.
I've been with General Electric 17 years and have recently joined Enron after seeing a fantastic business plan.
What did you do at GE?
Within GE, I've held several technology and product leadership positions, ranging from a CIO at a GE Capital Insurance Company to a Chief Technology Officer at NBC Cable.
Did you mention, you didn't mention NBC before, did you? Oh, GE owns NBC, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What was it that attracted you to Enron?
The business plan here at Enron is a rather interesting one. It's a concept that I personally have put a little sweat into in prior GE businesses. The plan here is different. It's different from anyone else in this industry in that it comes with risk management. It comes with a financial knowledge and awareness that Enron has in this space that others don't. The fellows that I'm working with now here, I've had an opportunity to rub elbows with over the last several years, and now have an opportunity to actually get on the same team.
Tell me about the people.
The people here at Enron, what a fascinating mix of folks that range from risk analysts that can understand how to model the consumption of bandwidth and how to build financial instruments to reap benefits, all the way down to some of the smartest Internet protocol engineers I've ever run into.
Can you give us any names? I mean, are these people that when you walk down the hall you see kind of the mainstays of industries?
There are some names that stand out on posters, that's true. We've got one fellow, the name is Stan Hanks, who is the father of many of the multicasting protocols that are essential to making this happen. We have some evangelists in the technology community, like Rex Shelby, who, when you say middleware, people think of Rex. We have some deal makers, the likes of which I've only found a few of in my time. Folks like David Cox, who know how to close a deal and know how to walk away with a pile of cash.
So is this the who's who?
It is the who's who of both the technology industry as well as the financial risk management community, all rolled up into one company.
Tell me a little bit about what you do specifically.
As Vice President of Enron's product development, we start with a number of business concepts. We winnow them away, we rack and stack them very carefully against the strategy of the company and execute on those which are found to be most fertile. We look at measures like ROI, NPV, optionality, and then we turn on the spigot and execute. My real job is execution, to turn concepts and ideas and financial instruments into reality, take them to the market with world-class customer care.
Nice. Tell me some of your achievements.
Recently, 3 products have grabbed a lot of attention from this company. We've already shown some very early successes with the MediaCast product. Now up and available for sale, we have up to 100,000 simultaneous streams of internet video. The Country Cool event, the recent Drew Carey show. There are people out there soaking up bandwidth like we've never seen before. So the MediaCast product now at 100,000 streams will shortly be to 1 million, then a total of 2 million simultaneous streams that we'll be able to support in the later quarters of next year.
Any other successes, achievements you want to talk about?
We've had several successful trials and pilots with 2 other products. that are currently under development. Our media transport product is a product that acts basically as a backhaul for entertainment folks. They all need to get their post-house information, their shows, transported from place to place. The old days we used to use an analog medium. Now with a digital equivalent, with MPEG-2 encoding, we're able to carry that bandwidth, that promotional material or that programming material for a fraction of the cost and get it there in an editable form. So we've had some pilots up, very successful ones with NBC and MSNBC, and are about to sign some contracts you'll probably hear about shortly in that area. On the video conferencing front, we've sufficiently demonstrated the ability to actually carry standard H320 and 323 video conferencing signals over a special kind of an internet, the Enron internet. It's a network that allows you to actually provision bandwidth, stake it out, and actually have an interactive conversation with low latency and guaranteed bandwidth. So that product matures as 2000 progresses. We're in pilots and trials on the East Coast now.
Tell me about 2000.
Boy, in 2000, we're going to ramp from roughly 100,000 simultaneous streams to 2 million streams. The ability to support a broadband experience ranging from, say, a little window on your computer to a full screen, better than VHS quality playback. Our content providers that we've signed on are ecstatic with the quality of video we're providing. As more content providers get added, the demand goes up and the whole thing's a flywheel. Our guess is that by the end of 2000, we're going to have the lion's share of all those DSL connections that are getting rolled out there. They're going to have to come somewhere, and they're going to come to us.
Why?
Enron produces an experience. It makes it possible for a broadband content provider to actually carry its content from their point of creation out to all the nodes on the internet, all the endpoints on the internet, in a way that our competition can't do it. Not only are we caching content at the edges, like everyone else, we've done two things they have not done. One, we've provisioned world-class, closely managed and monitored servers at the periphery of the internet. Very key strategic locations. We watch uptime, availability, etc. It's a service we're proud of and we can measure and bid service level agreements on. Two, we connect all those servers together with a style of networking, an internet overlay, if you will, that allows us to guarantee delivery in both a stored and a live fashion. So when that live game show comes up, it's there immediately. When that event needs to be transmitted, it's not that lazy internet experience anymore with an interrupted session. It's immediate, it's right there on your TV or on your PC.
What's your vision? What's Enron's vision? What's our vision?
Enron has a vision that I'll first start by qualifying and saying it's different from anyone else in this space. And frankly, that's why I'm here. It not only takes an assumption that the broadband tomorrow will exist, the price of bandwidth will fall, and that value-added services will have to rise. Those are givens. Our competition has built their business models on that. What Enron has done that's different, and their vision is, we're going to back that with an understanding of how to manage risks across the bandwidth commodity as it evolves. The simple observation that Enron took the electric markets, the gas markets, didn't commoditize them initially, managed to extend and blend and aggregate bandwidth commodity contracts. Enron is going to step out and use that same knowledge, the ability to actually model and manage risk in a very quantitative, analytic way, and apply that to the even more complex bandwidth community. So if you look at three legs on a stool that we have here, we have a network that has quality of service. We have services like media casting and media transport and video conferencing. We've got a third leg nobody else has, and that's a sea full of risk analysts that know how to package a deal.
That's outstanding.
Oh, strong.
Outstanding. Can you think of anything else you think analysts need to know?
One thing analysts really need to consider is it's obviously not an energy company anymore. What we have...
Can you start by saying Enron is obviously not?
Sure. Something analysts ought to consider is that Enron is no longer simply an energy company. What Enron has done is repurposed all that intellectual capital gained over the years of working in different commodity markets and applied it to an exploding bandwidth market. It's bigger, it's tougher, it's more complex, but we've got brain power here that is going to revolutionize the way people buy and sell bandwidth, and at the same time help drive it into a commodity use environment. So you know what? I think Grandma will be having a video conference with the grandkids. It's all going to happen, and it only happens if we help create the environment and the network where it's possible and produce the financial instruments so folks can actually afford it and make it work.
Terrific. Wanna look at this?
Sure.
You come across very well.
Thank you, thank you. I should have studied up. These are new questions. I'll admit I.
It's probably better just to talk.
It
I
is
really
much
think
better,
it is.
actually.
Is it?
Sounds like people who haven't been too far ahead of time plan.
And how you're excited to move over and do some other things and why we needed you.
Sure. With 17 years at GE, I've had a chance to participate in some of the most interesting, very technical developments that leave me sitting on a portfolio of 13 patents myself. They range from better video codecs to better medical imaging. What I discovered along the way, certainly in my days as CTO at NBC Cable, was technology is a terrific thing. It's a lot of fun to play with. It's very difficult to go make some money with. After working at GE for 17 years, I'll tell you, I know how to turn technology into revenue. What these guys have here is a bunch of guys like me with a very bunch of background that allow us to get together and form a complete patchwork quilt. We got guys that not only know how to spell IP, they know how to lay out the headers and actually make that stuff sing. On the other hand, we have people who have created some of the most elegant financial instruments to make it possible for ISPs to actually afford something they couldn't afford before. And they're passing that on to Joe and Jane six-pack out at the end. So there's an opportunity for me here personally to take the things I've learned from my streaming video days at NBC and actually helping to establish the MSNBC joint venture and apply those here on a network with financial instruments that are just going to make this thing happen. Broadband's here, and we're going to be the force to be reckoned with on this thing.
That was totally
That was great.
strong. Yeah.
That was good. I'm glad we got that.
That was a
That was
great
great.
answer. And great question.
Yeah.